the Kamala Harris book. First excerpt is out. And here you see The Atlantic, The Constant Battle, the first excerpt from 107 Days. Reminder, this show is available as a podcast, which is why you're hearing me read all the graphics I'm about to do it. I will not be doing my Kamala Harris imitation, but just in your mind, just imagine this is the vice president herself. So the excerpt's out, and I'll just say the three things that caught my eye. Number one is the thing I'm about to read to you about her view of whether Joe Biden should have gotten out of the race. Number two is, and here it is, but I'll read that in a second. Well, let's do them one by one. So here's the first excerpt. Quote, "It's Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that, like a mantra, as if we'd been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it recklessness? In retrospect, I think it was recklessness. The stakes were simply too high. This wasn't a choice that should have been left to the individual's ego, an individual's ambition. It should have been made more than a personal decision." Dan, this seems to me to be a scathing denunciation of the Bidens, a little bit of taking responsibility, although she says in the excerpt, had I raised it, I would have been dismissed as ambitious. So she kind of absolves herself, but says the Bidens and other people were reckless in not forcing the issue. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you just said what I was going to add, which is, and this is a theme throughout this set of excerpts, is it's not my fault. I mean, repeatedly, she goes to this, sense of grievance of I didn't do anything wrong, which on some level you would expect, but usually there's some humility, and perhaps we'll see it later in the book. But you're right. I mean, this is the first just shot right across the bow, and she is clearly saying this was just a gigantic mistake. I imagine she's going to come on later and say it screwed me in my race because I didn't have enough time.
Sean, again, if you were the Biden's press secretary, and they said, "Hey, this is outrageous. We want to blast back at her," what would you counsel?
Well, it's funny. You said the Biden's press secretary. And I think if you're Jill Biden, you're walking around today going, I told you so. What did you think she was going to do? She's the one who stabbed us in the back during the primaries. She's the one who brought up the busing issue. She's the one who attacked you. I told you not to hire her. So my answer should be from Jill, I told you so. I think that's going to be an interesting division as far as I'm concerned, whether anyone will really find out whether Joe thinks one thing and Jill thinks another, because I got to believe that Jill Biden's running around going, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it.
Yeah, but this, again, this very short paragraph contains basically two allegations. One is that the people who didn't say anything were reckless.
Yeah.
They should have raised it. But it also says that the reason Joe Biden ran was not because he thought he could be a great president for 4 more years, or because he thought that he was the best equipped to beat Donald Trump, but because of ego and ambition.
Well, she does say later on that he had done it once, and therefore, and then he thought he could do it again.
She does.
That was a delicious video experience. I think you'll agree. Now, what you need to do in return for getting to enjoy that is hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss a thing.